Hello, hello. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope y'all had a good one. Got a couple of good clips here. I had this really interesting one sent to me from Judge Simpson. It's kind of riveting, actually. It really is. And then, of course, I grabbed some of the I grabbed some of the call out of the Detroit Detention Center today, which will make you all thankful that you're not spending Thanksgiving at the Detroit Detention Center. All right, let's get her started.
Court calls case, People versus Christopher Lambros.
James Gallagher, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Christopher Lambros. Mr. Lambros, good morning. If you could please state your name for the court.
Mr. Lambros, you're muted.
Okay. Christopher George Lambros.
All right.
Go ahead. Sorry,
Go ahead,
Mr.
Mr. Gallagher. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I did reach out to Mr. Lambros. We haven't been able to talk prior to this.
I haven't talked to you once.
All right. Ms. Valero.
By the way, when I was looking for this video, Christopher Lambros was eating. He was eating popcorn and other stuff the entire time, and he can't stop moving.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lambros is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. This hearing was adjourned from October 12th with the hopes that Mr. Lambros would meet with me and get back into compliance. He did report to me as directed. However, Your Honor, he is still in non-compliance with terms in that he has a balance of $390. He did make a $250 payment to the court on October 13th. He's failed to complete the relapse prevention program, which I gave him the referral for again. He's also failed to provide proof of his community service. He has tested positive for cocaine on October 13th and on October 18th, as the court had instructed him to begin weekly testing. He has failed to test as directed after that. He's missed numerous tests. Your Honor, he did send me an email indicating that he had COVID. However, provided proof from a home test. I instructed him that I needed documentation from his doctor's office, and I've not gotten that. He should have resumed testing after the quarantine time. However, he insists that he's still sick and has not followed through with providing me any other documentation. Probation is recommending that Mr. Lambros pay the balance of the $390 today, that he be remanded to jail to serve 5 days for the violations to date, that he report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m., that we extend the prosecutor deferred sentence for a period of 6 months, and I'm being generous, Your Honor, given that he's not been in compliance, that he pay an additional $180 oversight fees within 60 days, that he complete the CCOP program, given I believe that he needs a little higher level of care, and that he enroll in that program within 7 days, that he continue weekly random testing at community corrections, and having no further positive tests, or be subject to serve the remaining jail time and loss of the prosecutor deferred, that he become compliant with all other conditions as the court has previously ordered, with a review hearing being set May 17, 2023 at 9 a.m.
You've not had an opportunity, I hear, Mr. Gallagher, to speak to him.
No, I have not, Your Honor.
All right. Give you a breakout room to speak to him before I do this. Did you want to speak to him, or you want me to wait and then put you into a breakout room with him, or you want Mr. Schmidt to do it?
Oh, I could speak to him, Your Honor.
All right.
The other, looks like the other two cases that are left, I was not able to make contact with those individuals either. Although all right, the court's aware of one of them.
Yeah, let me pass the Lambros matter real quick, and then I'll call the cases of the case of the People versus Douglas Redland.
James Gallagher, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Douglas Redland. And Your Honor, I did receive notice from Ms. Tang. Thank you for that, Ms. Tang, that apparently there was an issue with his phone, and was not going to be able to join today, or was going to be late.
Just broke his phone. He's not checked in, but there was an email from somebody
Yeah.
on behalf of, I don't know.
Thanksgiving-ish.
Well, I guess you gotta go through all that. I'll adjourn it. I'll adjourn the matter to December 14th. December 14th, 2022,
Thank you, Judge.
9 a.m.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
Does call the case of People versus Darius Ross. He's here. Let's see.
Oh, is he here? James Gallagher,
Yeah.
assistant. James Gallagher,
Yeah.
assistant.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, James Gallagher, assistant public defender on behalf of Darius Ross. Mr. Ross, good morning. If you could please state your name for the court.
This is show.
I'll talk with Mike.
Yeah.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation. Your Honor, would you like me to present the violations? I didn't hear
Yeah.
Mr. Ross. I didn't hear Mr. Ross identify himself for the record.
I didn't either. Mr. Ross, you have to unmute.
Okay. Darius Ross.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Blair.
Yes, Teresa Player on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Ross is before the court for a show cause hearing. Mr. Ross was sentenced in this matter in February of 2019. Mr. Ross has been in noncompliance with probation. I will first bring to the court's attention, Mr. Ross made his way to the jail and was arrested on a new OWI 3rd. And that is how he made his way to this docket today, Your Honor. He is non-compliant with the terms of his probation and has been for several months. He owes a balance of $2,003.11. He has made no payments to the court on that. He's failed to report to probation after May of 2019, failed to complete the theft program, failed to complete 25 hours of community service, failed to provide proof of employment. He did have a positive ETG for alcohol on March 12th of 2019 and April 29th of 2019, which I did bring before the court on prior violation hearings. However, he failed to appear for those. He also has pending criminal matters, Your Honor, that he picked up after he was sentenced in this matter. One is an OWI 3rd with an alleged date of offense of December 21st, 2019. He is currently scheduled for a PCC in that matter on December 1st, I believe before you. He also has an attempted RNO out of 14B with an alleged date of offense of March 11, 2020. He is scheduled for a pretrial in that matter on December 20th. And then the new arrest from November 21st of an OWI 3rd offense. Your Honor, I wasn't able to obtain the police report in that matter yet, so I'm not sure what the BAC was or the BAL. I do, however, know that there was use of alcohol on the date of December 21st, 2019. In that case, Your Honor, there was a BAL of a 0.133, so there was continued use of alcohol even though he was instructed not to use. Probation has concerns for public safety, given that Mr. Ross is continuing to drink alcohol and he's not complying with probation. Probation is recommending that Mr. Ross be remanded to serve 365 days in jail with credit for 9 days that he served to serve the balance, that he complete the in-jail Dawn Farm program as well as the in-jail MRT program, waive remaining terms except for his financial obligations, and discharge him from probation without improvement.
Mr. Gallagher, you have indicated you haven't had an opportunity to speak with this client either. Is that correct?
No, I reached out to Mr. Ross yesterday. I know he was just released yesterday as well, but we were not able to speak prior.
All right. Consider it your lucky day. I'm going to give you 2 breakout rooms.
I left this.
So
so
you could
see.
speak with Mr. Ross and you could speak with Mr. Lambros because they're both facing incarceration. So I want you to talk to them.
Understood, Judge.
Can't contain himself.
Right, so I'll pass this matter. Pass this one too. This is Lambros, right? And we'll call those up at the beginning of the next lot, so you'll have some time. We'll call them up with their 11 o'clock block.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so. All right, we're gonna put you in with Lambros first, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
The 14A District Court for County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now back in session. All those having business before the court draw near.
Look
The
at him, he's
Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
just stuffing food in his face. Like as he's being called. Oh.
Good afternoon, or morning, I guess it still is. Court recalls the case of the People versus Lambros.
James Gallagher, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Christopher Lambros. Mr. Lambros, if you could please state your name for the court.
Christopher Lambros.
Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Lambros. We did review the allegations that Ms. Pilara had gone over. And Your Honor, he doesn't dispute the allegations, so there's no need for a hearing. I just wanted to make some comments on his behalf in regards to the recommendation when appropriate.
Yes, go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Lambros, and I recognize that the recommendation from Ms. Pilara is providing him another opportunity here. Mr. Lambros is just asking for some relief as to the recommendation for the jail time judge. He said he dropped yesterday. I don't believe those results have come back yet, but that he's been negative since those dates in October where he did have the positive results. Also, Judge, he said he can pay $390 today.
I did it already. I already paid it. This paid.
Okay. It sounds like he's paid that, Judge, since we were on record previously. And then the other thing that he stated, Judge, is that he has recently signed up to go to Bear River. He's just waiting for a call back from them, and he doesn't want to miss that opportunity to go to that program. I know the court and probation is very familiar with that program.
At least it's not.
And Teresa Clare on behalf of probation, again, Your Honor, I did want to update the court. I did verify that Mr. Lambros did make the $390 payment. And I did get notification of his drug test from yesterday, which he was positive for cocaine.
Positive. Wow.
Mr. Lambros, anything you want to tell the court?
Jesus. I'm just trying to get this treatment program, sir. I've been battling with addiction since I was 18 years old. That's 30 years now. If you guys could just give me the opportunity to wait for them to call me so I can get up there and get that 30-day program in, I would very much appreciate that. As you were just told, I did make the $390 payment.
Well, Mr. Lambros, one of the first things you have to do is you have to be honest about stuff. And you're not being honest about things. You're trying to do what you want to do. We tried to get you into a relapse prevention program. You won't go.
Well, I was positive for COVID. I was positive for COVID that weekend. I couldn't.
And when you came out of COVID, what'd you do?
No, he wasn't.
Well,
Did you try to get yourself back in?
yeah, they're not. The next ones aren't until December and January with that relapse prevention program. So I didn't sign up because I.
What about the community service?
I didn't attempt to do that. I was told I could pay $50 towards that in a donation to a program. And I can pay that right now if that's permissible.
Well, either option. Why didn't you do that? Why are we here and now you're telling me this? Why are we here and all of a sudden during the break you can pay the $390? Why didn't you do this all before? And now I'm going to ask, okay, and now I'm going to ask you a really tough question. and I'm going to let you say what you want to say to me. And just be careful how you answer. When's the last time you used? Think before you answer me. I'm not as stupid as I look.
I know that. So 4 days ago, 3 days ago. What's today? Today is Wednesday. It would be Monday.
Ago.
Yeah. So when Miss Polaris said your test was positive, why'd you rock back in your chair like there was some great surprise?
I thought I drank enough water.
Yeah,
Like today, sir.
I know. You thought you were going to pass the test. Your shock was whatever you're trying to do to cover it up, you didn't do it. It didn't work. So, Mr. Lambros,
Yes, sir.
Oh, good
more
Lord.
than say lying to probation or your attorney or even the court, when are you going to quit lying to yourself?
Right now,
Really, today?
I have no choice, sir.
When did that? Oh, we all have choices. You had choices all throughout this case. You just picked the wrong one.
My best choice would be right now.
Anything else you want to say to me before I sentence you, sir?
No, sir.
Let me just say this. One thing about my probation department under my direction is we try to give people opportunities to do things. And you can
Maria.
take those opportunities or not. It is rather amazing, quite frankly, when I was looking at the recommendation and everything else and then with the follow-up information. Miss Belair is just a good person. That's all I can say. Because the cold-hearted reality of this is it would be easier for her if she didn't care about people and care about you. It would be easier for me if I didn't care about people and didn't care about you, to just give you the jail time, close the case, call it a day.
Well,
And somehow,
energy.
deep down, I think that's what you're waiting to have happen. But in spite of that, we're going to, I'm going to follow the recommendation. Ms. Valera, they've seen in a lot of ways sometimes how she works miracles with people, but they have to cooperate with her.
Your Honor, can I ask the court to require Bear River if the court's inclined to follow a program, because that is an inpatient program, and given this additional cocaine test, I think that inpatient would be appropriate to start
Sure.
instead of number 5 of CCOP.
All right. Mr. Lambro?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now that you're being truthful, did you really call Bear River?
Yes.
Are you waiting on a call back from them, really?
I called Access, and I'm waiting for Access to get back in touch with me.
Oh, okay. So you didn't really call Bear River.
Nope.
They have to call me. That's the place I want to go to because it's out of town, and I hear that it's really well equipped. And then there's like the dual diagnosis.
Who's that talking that you're repeating and parroting to me?
That's my girlfriend.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Lambros.
Yes, sir.
When did you call them or call access?
This morning?
Yeah. This morning. And do you really think you calling right before a holiday, they're going to call you back? I mean, you don't really expect a call.
I didn't really think about that, sir.
It's almost like he's lying to the wrong judge.
So, okay, Mr. Lambert, when did you think they were going to call you back?
I hopefully as soon as they could. Today, maybe Friday. Please give him one more chance. Your Honor, this whole choice that I've been trying to live a lie on has not been working out for me.
Everything you've been doing is a lie. The worst thing you can do, and I don't need to know what the actual communication is between you and your attorney, none of my business. The worst thing you can do is tell your attorney that you called Bear River and you're waiting for Bear River to call back, because that's not quite true.
I meant access. My apologies.
No, you didn't. You didn't mean access. Stop lying. You wanted it communicated to the court, Bear River, because you knew that would mean something to the court. And you wanted me to know that so that I didn't give you jail time.
Well, I know that they're a good program.
Mr. Lambros.
Yes, sir.
I'm really not a hard person to figure out. People that have been before me clearly understand. I get after 20 some odd years, people have problems. They have issues. But your attorney will tell you two things. One, you try to lie to the man, he'll know. And he'll know when you're skirting the truth. And the other thing I think Mr. Gallagher would tell you is that if you're truthful with me, I'll work with you. We'll figure it out. But you're going to have to make that decision. I can't force you to be truthful.
Sir,
I can't force you to tell me what really needs to be said and where you are. But as sure as I can tell when you're lying to me. Anything else you want to tell me?
I didn't call Access. I didn't call Bear River. I want to go to Bear River. Access.
So you, hold it.
Being honest with you.
You did, I know, you didn't even call Access, did you?
No, sir, I did not. I apologize for lying. I'm just trying to, trying not to go to jail.
Mr. Lambros, what are you trying to do?
Trying to get off this drug. Okay, is what I'm trying to do. I really don't want to go sit in Washington County throughout the holiday.
And I don't like sending people. But Mr. Lambros,
Yes, sir.
I've been dealing with addicts for years. And the interesting thing is they begin to tell things, but the lie that you told just falls apart. And at some point, reality is you pay the price for it. I just don't want you paying with your life. And Mr. Lambros, if you want to be truthful, we'll help you.
I do.
We'll walk that journey with you. But if you want to head off into another path, we're not going with you. That sole decision is yours. And I trust implicitly Ms. Polera. And so when I look at this recommendation, Ms. Polera, God bless her, sees some worth in you. The shame of that is you don't see it in yourself. So I'm going to follow a recommendation with one change. You to pay $365. We verified and probation verified that that's been paid. I am going to follow a recommendation to extend your prosecutor's deferred sentence for a period of 6 months. You are to pay an additional $180 probation oversight fees within the next 60 days. I changed the recommendation based upon your lie that you had contacted Bear Liver and what Ms. Polera said to me, but now I have to scratch that out. And I'm going to indicate that you are to complete we'll start at this, the CCOP program, the CCOP. You're to enroll in that program within the next 15 days.
What does that stand for?
Ms. Polera?
Community Corrections Outpatient Program.
Okay.
Is that Community Corrections, Mr. Lambros?
Okay. Thank you.
You're to continue your weekly random drug testing at Community Corrections.
Okay.
Mr. Lambros, I'm just going to tell you, I don't want any further positive tests. I don't want any further mistests.
Okay.
You're to become and remain compliant with your previous order and conditions. I will set a review hearing out 6 months, May 19, 2023 at 9 a.m. Now, Mr. Lambros, I make my own decisions. But given what you did today and before, how much time should I send you for? Be honest with yourself, Mr. Lambros, because I've already decided in a lot of ways. You tell me that. Given the lies that you said before, the lies I think, and again, I don't know the communication that you told to your attorneys, the lies that you then at least two of them that you told here and tried to lead everybody down a path.
Mhm.
How long should I send you? Because you're going. It's just a matter of how much time.
I don't know, sir.
No. I don't know is not a good enough answer. It's about time you start making decisions. 5 was before you did the stuff today. That way.
7 days?
And to remand the defendant to the Washington County Jail for a period of 10 days for the violations to date and what he's done here today. You are to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. this evening. Your failure to report will result in a bench warrant that will be issued, and that bench warrant, when it's issued, will have no bond.
No problem. I'll see you guys there.
And I don't mean 6:01. I mean by 6 p.m.
Turn yourself into jail right now.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oscar says hit like and subscribe. Well, and hit the bell notification. Thanks, Oscar. I always think that.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Good morning. Thank you, officer. Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. We have some individuals interviewed. I'm not sure if you know, we have all the files prepared. We do have retained counsel
Lord,
present and ready to go on Deshaun Brooks-Jones. If we could start with that gentleman, please. I think he's number 8 on the first list.
Okay, so all the males have been interviewed. Jay Green is on the other side getting the females interviewed. So we'll bring Mr. Brooks
Perfect.
first.
Thank you all. So we have
Okay, so here we are. We've got court, and all of the defendants are in the Detroit Detention Center. This is Thanksgiving Day, and let's be honest. I just did this so I'd have enough time to have a couple cocktails with you.
the files, so I guess bring them at your pleasure. But if we could have Brooks-Jones first, please.
Okay, so
Thank you. That's a lot easier. I don't care.
You're naughty.
I just want to buy these. What's that? 4 ounce. Oh. They usually do.
right. Say 4 now.
Deshaun Brooks-Jones. Thank you, sir. And this is case number 22060666101. People State of Michigan. Deshaun Brooks-Jones, also known as Deshaun Jermaine Jones, Deshaun Jermaine Jones, Deshaun Jermaine Brooks-Jones. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Wright Blake appearing on behalf of Deshaun Brooks-Jones. Judge, he waives the formal reading at the court to enter a not guilty plea to the felony complaint.
He is.
Or waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates. You must attend them both. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom December the 2nd. That's at 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court. You have the assigned judge listed on those?
Oh, seriously.
Jones is not written on the front.
Man's holding court on Thanksgiving. Get him a swivel chair.
Thank you. Okay, this in front of Judge Jones, December the 2nd via Zoom at 8:30. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December 9th, in person, 8:45. Judge Jones, 36th District Court. Not guilty. Please entered. Anything else to bond?
Your Honor, my client is a lifetime resident of the Detroit community. He has significant ties to the community. He has, my understanding, 9 children. He's 28 years old. He's working. He's had minimum contact with the criminal justice system. He's not a danger to the community. Judge, we'd ask for a low bond in this matter.
Thank you. Is there a bond he can afford?
Judge,
This attorney is smooth and he's doing a nice job for his client. He's the only retained one, but this guy's a major danger to the community, as you'll see. And he just recharacterizes everything. It's exactly his job. I'm not knocking him, but he's just like, yeah, this is no big deal. You'll see.
I would ask the court to set a $5,000 cash surety or 10%.
Thank you, counsel. These allegations are extremely serious allegations, and assault of the court specifically notes count 1 as a life offense. He does have a prior felony conviction. The court knows the age and date of that matter. No capious history, and the court's considered the pandemic facing the nation, ties to the community, and any employment status as presented as relates to the ability to post bond. The court finds, based on the nature of the allegations and specifically information alleged in the investigator's report, that Mr. Brooks Jones is a danger to the community and feels that if the court were to release him in a nominal or personal bond, it would not adequately protect the safety of the public. It's alleged, amongst other things, that he was identified as positively identified as the person that robbed the complainant at gunpoint. The allegations set throughout the investigative report find that Mr. Brooks Jones to be a danger to the community, and for those reasons is setting an unaffordable cash bond to finding that's the only way to properly protect the safety of the public. An unaffordable bond redetermination hearing will be scheduled on November 28th. That's Monday, 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge Jones via Zoom at the 36th District Court. During this bond, Mr. Brooks Jones, you are absolutely not to purchase or possess any firearms or dangerous weapons. No contact with Tori and Jordan, and that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally in writing through a third party at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Tori and Jordan. And do not go to the area or premises of 15436 Troster. Given the court's concerns that have been placed on the record, bond as stated is set intentionally unaffordable in the amount of $100,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir.
All right, have a great Thanksgiving to you and your staff.
He hired a private attorney.
You.
He might have access to cash.
Yes, that's November 28th on Monday at 8:30. Judge Jones via Zoom. Thank you, counsel. Enjoy your day, sir. So if we can go down the list, we're ready for those. Thank you. Good morning. Your name, please.
A bunch.
Orlando
And
Lacey, sir.
He's got more than 9, I guarantee it.
Thank you, Mr. Lacey, and good morning to you. You're here, sir, for case number 2206065401, People State of Michigan versus Orlando Lacey. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Orlando Lacey. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information after the plea of not guilty enter on his behalf. Mr. Lacey has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Lacey, the court scheduling 2 court dates. You have to attend both of them. Probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom, Judge Robbins, 36th District Court. You have a right to a preliminary examination December 9th. That's in person, 36th District Court, 8:45 a.m. December 2nd, December 9th. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter anything as to bond.
Mr. Lacey is 30 years old, Your Honor. He is employed at this time. No criminal history that I'm aware of. Asking for personal bond on this non-assaultive charge, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Lacey, this is a very serious allegation. As counsel stated, it is non-assault. You have no criminal convictions or capious history. After review of the investigator's report and taking into consideration your employment status as presented by your attorneys, relates to the ability to post bond, as well as the pandemic facing the nation, bond will be set at $5,000 personal bond. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. No weapons. Understood, Mr. Lacey?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, sir. Make sure to make your court date.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Serious Bob Marley look
You're
to
welcome.
Say for no, sir.
Hi, my name is Courtney Lamar Powell.
Thank you, Mr. Powell. One moment. What's that? Courtney Powell?
It's a little
Yes.
rowdy over at the detention
Oh, we
center
don't have a
on
Courtney
Thanksgiving.
Powell on the list. Wait one moment.
Number 2 on page 1.
Yeah, I believe he's going to be going tomorrow. He didn't make the new list.
He's on 2. He's number 2 on page 1.
Number 2 on the list, y'all.
There was, I believe, the effective complaint that needed to be corrected, and it has not got back to the court.
Step off.
Was that accurate?
Does the court show the time of arrest for Mr. Powell?
I believe Madam Clerk has indicated that he still has time, but
This one, no, that's.
He was arrested at midnight yesterday.
thank you, officer. I appreciate you, sir. All right, good
Thank you.
morning. Your name, please.
Taylor Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott, you're for case 22060660001, People State of Michigan versus Jalen Alexander Scott. Appearance.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Jalen Scott, who stands mute, waives the reading of the information. As to the plea of not guilty entered on his behalf, Mr. Scott has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
For waive formal reading and a plea of not guilty. Mr. Scott, the court is scheduling 2 court dates, so you must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Robbins. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person, December the 9th. That's at 8:45 at the 36th District Court in person. December 2nd, December 9th. Understood, Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty, please enter on your behalf. Anything else to bond?
Requesting personal bond, Your Honor. It's non-assault. Just 1 second, Mr. Scott. It's non-assault, Your Honor. We're not aware of any prior criminal history, no capious history. We're asking for personal bond.
Thank you.
How many
This is a
people
very
have
serious
gone
felony
for
allegation, Mr. Scott. With the amount of assault, if you have no capious history or criminal convictions, the court's aware. The court's reviewed the information, alleged investigator's report, the nature of the charge, pandemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as relates to ability to post bonds, all been taken into consideration. For those reasons, you're going to be released on a $5,000 personal bond. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. No weapons. Understood, Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, and make sure to make your court date. Welcome.
All set. Step up.
Step right here, step. Step the black line, big dog, time to pull that.
Right there, say first, middle, last name.
Alfred Gaylord Goodwin Jr.
Thank you, Mr. Goodwin Jr. Sir, you are here for case number 22060665601, People State of Michigan versus Alfred Gaylord Goodwin, also known as Alfred Goodwin Jr. Alfred Gaylord Goodwin Jr. Alfred Goodwin. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Alfred Goodwin. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information. As to the plea of not guilty entered on his behalf, Mr. Goodwin has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you. For a waive formal reading and a plea of not guilty, Mr. Goodwin, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Robbins. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December the 9th at 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court. December the 2nd, December the 9th, 36th District Court. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Goodwin. Not guilty, please enter on your behalf. Anything else to bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Goodwin's 40 years old, is employed locally, Your Honor. Does have a child in the community, has ties to the community. It's a non-assault charge. Mr. Goodwin is working. We're asking for release on personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Goodwin, this is a very serious felony allegation. It's very important you listen to the court, make your court dates. The court has considered information provided by your counsel, including but not limited to any employment status as relates to ability to post bond, pandemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged investigators reports, all taken into consideration. Court's unaware of any capious history or prior criminal convictions. For those reasons, you're going to be released on a $5,000 personal bond, Mr. Goodwin. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. No weapons, understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck, Mr. Goodwin.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
All right, you too, thank you.
Okay. No, sir. We're gonna see before you get out. That's up. Come to the back line, face the camera.
49. Davion Dantes Booth.
Thank you, Mr. Booth. Good morning. Here for case number 2206065501, People State of Michigan versus Davion Booth, also known as Davion Dantes Booth. Appearance.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Davion Booth. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty and on his behalf. Mr. Booth has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and plea not guilty. Mr. Booth, the court's scheduling 2 court dates, so you have to attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Robbins. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December 9th, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court. December the 2nd, December the 9th, 36th District Court. Understood, Mr. Booth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty, please entered on your behalf. Anything else to bond?
Mr. Booth is 24 years old with no prior assaultive criminal history of which I am aware. He's seeking employment at this time, Your Honor. Does have ties to the community, and that I believe he has 3 children in this community. We're asking for release on personal bond, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's a very serious felony allegation, Mr. Booth. It's very important you listen to all court's orders. You have no capious history or prior criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court's reviewed the information alleged investigators report, the nature of the charge, as well as taking into consideration your employment status as presented by counsel as relates to the ability to post bond on the pandemic facing the nation. For those reasons, Mr. Booth, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, no weapons. I want you to continue to seek employment. You don't have, I'm not saying you have to find a job, but I want you to keep looking for a job, and that's a bond condition. So be prepared at the court dates to provide the next judge, if they ask, any documents, applications, or whatever that you're continuing to seek employment. Does that make sense?
Good luck with that.
Yes, sir.
All right, and good luck with that. I hope that works out well for you. For those reasons, you'll be released on a $5,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Booth.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Stand right there. Say full name, young man.
Isaiah Trayvon Patrick.
Thank you, Mr. Patrick, and good morning. You're here for case 2206065901, People State of Michigan versus Isaiah Patrick. Appearance.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Isaiah Patrick. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty on his behalf. Mr. Patrick has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. For waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Patrick, the court is scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 5th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in Judge Robbins. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December the 12th, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court. December the 5th, December the 12th at 36th District Court. Understood, Mr. Patrick?
Can you repeat it one more time for me, sir?
Absolutely. December the 5th via Zoom and December the 12th in person, both at the 36th District Court. December 5th, December the 12th, they are both on a Monday, sir. The first 2 Mondays in December. Understood?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Not guilty. Please enter anything as the bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Patrick does live locally with his grandmother and a younger brother. He does help take care of his younger siblings, Your Honor. Mr. Patrick is employed at this time without any criminal and habeas history of which I am aware. We are requesting release on personal bond for this non-assaultive charge.
He takes care of his younger siblings.
Thank you. You said he is employed, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Patrick, good luck with your continued employment. This is a very serious felony allegation. The court notes you have no criminal convictions or case history. The court's aware that apparent ties to the community, local community. The court's considered a pandemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged investigators report provided by counsel and the nature of the charge. For those reasons, Mr. Patrick, you're going to be released on a $5,000 personal bond. During this bond, sir, you are being released. You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons, no alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. Is that all understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck, Mr. Patrick. Make sure and listen to the court. Show up as ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Say first, middle, last names, please.
Charles DeWan Johnson.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Sir, you're here for case 2206065701. People State of Michigan is Charles DeWan Johnson appearance.
And Janice Stevenson on behalf of Charles Johnson. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty entered on his behalf. Mr. Johnson has been advised of his rights.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty. Mr. Johnson, the court scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend both of them. We have a probable cause conference via Zoom December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Robbins. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person December the 9th at 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court. December the 2nd, December the 9th at the 36th District Court. Understood, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter anything, Esteban.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is 43 years old with no prior criminal history that I'm aware of. Mr. Johnson is employed at this time, Your Honor, does live locally. He has 2 children in this community. We are requesting release on personal bond for this non-assaultive charge, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, this is a very serious felony allegation. It is not assaultive. The court notes you have no case history or prior criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court's had the opportunity to review the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as take into consideration the pandemic facing the nation and any employment status as presented by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond. For those reasons, Mr. Johnson, on this bond, you're going to be released on a $5,000 personal bond. During this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, no weapons, no alcohol, no illegal narcotics, and you're not to, this should go without saying, but no driving of a vehicle unless you have a valid driver's license. Is that all understood?
Yes.
Okay. Good luck, Mr. Johnson. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck.
Right here for me, I'm at say 4-9.
Denzel Davis.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Davis. You're here for 2206065801. People State of Michigan versus Denzel Davis, also known as Lanier Roderick Davis, Denzel Davis, Denzel Troy David, Lanier Roderick Trammell. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Mr. Denzel Davis. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty entered on his behalf. Mr. Davis has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and a plea of not guilty. Mr. Davis, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom on December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jefferson. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person December the 9th at 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jefferson. December the 2nd, December the 9th, 8 at 36th District Court. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter to Esteban.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Davis is advised to see 35 years old, Your Honor. He does live locally in this community. Looking at the prior conviction that brought about the second offense notice, it is non-assaultive in nature, Your Honor, without trying to take anything away from the very serious nature of these charges. The court did, I'm sure, notice the property that was alleged to have been attempted that he tried to steal. was laundry detergent. It's also significant in my mind, Your Honor, and hope that it would be in the courts as well, that as the officers did go to arrest Mr. Davis, that they didn't recover any weapons. The actual weapon is not necessary to prove the charge, Your Honor, but we do believe that that is an issue which would be taken into consideration by the people, thus decreasing the likelihood of successful prosecution on that like offense. For that, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Davis on personal bond or on nominal bond. He does not have money to post his bond. He's working as a dishwasher at a local restaurant, Your Honor.
Thank you. And the concerns, counsel, thank you for your advocacy. And the concerns the court has are the numerous threats on the individual, on the complainant's life while these allegations took place. It's indicated amongst other things that Mr. Davis, indicated, quote, "I'm going to take whatever I want," and quote, "I'll shoot all of you." And this is very concerning regarding not only his actions but also the threats on individuals' life. And so the court has.
So if I have this right, he is getting laundry detergent at gunpoint, and he tells everybody there, "I will shoot you all." Wow.
Is considered the nature of the allegation, which is a life offense. He has a prior felony conviction of breaking and entering. The court has taken consideration the age of that matter. This allegation took place 2 days ago, where, as stated, he allegedly not only took property not belonging to him in a brazen manner, but threatened to shoot everyone that was in the location. And for those reasons, the court finds Mr. Davis to be a danger to the community and is setting an unaffordable cash bond, finding that's the only way to properly protect the safety of the public, given the allegations in the investigator's report and the nature of the charge, prior criminal convictions, and, as stated, taking into consideration his employment status as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the pandemic facing the nation. During this bond, Mr. Davis, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. No weapons. No contact with Michelle Ritz, R-I-T-Z. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally in writing through a third party at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Michelle Ritz or Sarah Riviera. If you're able to make bonds, you will be fit with the GPS tether. You will be placed under house arrest. If you are able to make bond, you are to go to your residency and not leave until told to do so by a judge. Do not go back to the area or premises of the Family Dollar at 8000 Michigan Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Is that all understood, Mr. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor.
For those reasons, the court is setting an unaffordable cash bond in the amount of $100,000 cash surety. An unaffordable bond.
The wheels of justice are going to roll you right into the Wayne County Jail.
Will be scheduled in front of Judge Jefferson on November 28, 2022 via Zoom at 8:30 a.m. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Davis.
By the way, this is not sped up. This is a judge trying to get through a call on Thanksgiving.
Right here, sir. Didn't say your first name last night.
Justin Timothy Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Good morning. Here for case 210-582-7901, People State of Michigan versus Justin Henderson. Appearance.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Justin Henderson. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty. Enter on his behalf, Mr. Henderson has been advised to right, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Henderson, the court scheduling 2 court dates. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 7th. That's at 8:30 a.m. Judge Edwards, Frank Murphy Hall, Justice, 3rd Circuit Court. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December the 14th, 8:45 a.m. December the 7th, December 14th, Frank Murphy Hall, Justice, 3rd Circuit Court. Understood, Mr. Henderson?
Sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty. Please entered on your behalf. Anything else to bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Mr. Henderson, who's 34 years old, we're asking the court to apply the deviation and grant personal bond Mr. Henderson is employed at this time, Your Honor. We believe that he is going to be able to provide to counsel proof that he has been taking care of obligations as related to the child in question here. Mr. Henderson is employed at this time, wants to maintain his employment so that he can continue to support his child. Again, we are asking for release on personal bond, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel, for your advocacy. Mr. Henderson, this is a very serious felony allegation. It is not assaultive. The court is unaware of any prior assaultive allegations or convictions or KPS history. The court, as counsel stated, is statutorily obligated to bond the amount of 25% of your alleged arrearages, taking into consideration the pandemic facing the nature of this charge, as well as the employment status presented by your counsel as relates to the ability to post bond. Court is going to set bond on this matter in the amount of a $4,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Henderson. Make sure and make your court dates. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr.
You're welcome.
Mike. Mr. Myers, step right here from Mountain Black Line, say 4930.
Hello, my name is Darren Myers.
Thank you. Good morning. One moment.
When you come in, say no. So just say when you come in, your names, okay? All right.
This is case 2206066201, People State of Michigan versus Darren Lavelle Myers, appearance.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Darren Myers. He stands mute, waives the reading of the information after the plea of not guilty, enter on his behalf. Mr. Myers has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Myers, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jefferson. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December the 9th, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jefferson. December the 2nd, December the 9th, Judge Jefferson. Understood, Mr. Myers?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty. Please entered on your behalf. Thank you. Anything as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Myers is 56 years old, Your Honor. He's a lifelong resident of the city of Detroit. He does have an honorable discharge from the military. We thank Mr. Myers for his service. He would have.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Myers. Thank
you, sir.
Mr. Myers does have a child in this community. So he does have ties to the community, Your Honor. His source of income is limited to his military disability, so he does not have any money to post as a bond. He has some medications that he does need, Your Honor, to treat PTSD and some other physical ailments. Mr. Meyer does understand he should have no contact with these complainants, understands he has to abide by all court orders and return to court. Is directed, he asks the court to consider nominal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Please mark Mr. Myers' file medical for the reasons stated by counsel officers. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Myers, these are very serious assaultive concerning allegations, sir. And of course, noted your employment history or status as it relates to ability to post bond as presented by counsel, taking into consideration the pandemic facing the nation, the nature of these very assaultive charges, specifically counts 1 and 3, and count 1 as a life possibility offense. You have a prior felony conviction. The court notes the nature and age of that conviction. And very concerning, sir, the likelihood of conviction as outlined in the investigator's report. That it's indicated, sir, based on testimony, observation, and evidence that you fired shots, striking an individual with firing shots with a handgun and striking an individual in the torso, where he was observed lying on the ground with a bullet wound. The court finds you, sir, to be a danger to the community based on the information alleged in the investigator's report, and for that reason is setting an unaffordable cash bond, finding that's the only way to properly protect the safety of the public, that a nominal or personal bond would not do so properly. For that reason, an unaffordable bond redetermination hearing is scheduled November the 28th, that's Monday, via Zoom, in front of Judge Jefferson at the 36th District Court. During this bond, Mr. Myers, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons, no weapons. Absolutely no contact with John Earl Davis and no contact with Esperanza Bennett. And sir, that means no contact of any kind during this bond. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with John Davis or Esperanza Bennett. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
For those reasons, the bond is set as stated, intentionally unaffordable in the amount of $250,000 cash surety.
Turn yourself into jail right now.
Anything further, counsel?
Nothing at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Myers.
Mr. Myers. Thank you. What is it? You going
Cash surety, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. $250 cash surety.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what? Go in here. Come on, bro.
Whoa,
Start right
he
here.
did
Say
shoot somebody.
right there.
Mr. Myers,
So,
medical also.
yes.
Good morning, your name? Or afternoon, your
Lawrence.
name?
Carl
Thank you,
Lawrence.
Mr. Brooks. Thank you. This is case 2206-056201, People State of Michigan versus Carl Lawrence. Parent.
Janice Stevenson, on behalf of Carl Lawrence, he stands mute, waives the reading of the information, asks the plea of not guilty, answer on his behalf. Mr. Lawrence has been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
For waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Scheduling 2 court dates, you must attend them both. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge King. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person December the 9th. That's at 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge King. December the 2nd, December the 9th, 36th District Court, Judge King. Understood, Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Not guilty is entered. Anything else to bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lawrence is requesting nominal bond in this matter, understands the very serious nature of the charge. We would draw the court's attention to the date of the alleged offense, Your Honor. There is some time on between that date and today's date. Mr. Lawrence has no contact with the complaining witness at this time, Your Honor. He does work doing security for a local company, Your Honor. Again, absolutely no contact with that complaining witness. Mr. Lawrence is asking for release on personal bond.
Is there a bond he can't afford?
Wait till we get to the lady.
$300, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. That should.
Mr. Lawrence is an
strongly-
extremely serious assaultive allegation. The court has taken consideration the date and nature of these allegations as well as your prior felony conviction, which includes a conviction for a home invasion. Court has considered the date of that conviction. The pandemic facing the nation as well as your employment status presented by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond has also been taken into consideration. Very concerning are not only the assaultive allegations set forth, the likelihood of conviction, but the concern the court has regarding the safety of the minor victim. It's alleged, amongst other very concerning allegations, that the minor complainant attempted to stand up and leave a location where you restrained the complainant's hands against her chest with one hand and lay on top of her body. Then you forcefully inserted your penis in the complainant's vagina and attempted to other sexual assaultive sexual actions that the court has extreme concerns regarding the safety of this minor as well as minors in general, given the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Also concerning is there's information alleged that you attempted to coerce the victim into not telling anybody about the allegation after it had taken place. There's also allegations of weeks later that a individual was taken to hospital regarding it appears possibly the incident. For those reasons, Mr. Lawrence, the court does find you to be a danger to the community and does not feel that a nominal or personal bond or a bond you can afford of $300 would adequately protect the safety of the public. For that reason, the court setting an unintentional, unaffordable cash bond finding that's the only way to properly protect safety of the public. An unaffordable bond redetermination hearing will be scheduled Monday, November the 28th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom in front of Judge King. During this bond, Mr. Lawrence, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons, no weapons. No contact with Amber Knight or any minor children. That's no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Amber Knight or any minor children. If you're able to make bond, you will be fit with a GPS tether, and that will be under house arrest. During this bond, sir, do not go to the area or location of 13687 Capitol Street in Detroit. Is that all understood?
Yes.
For those reasons, the bond is set intentionally unaffordable in the amount of 100,000 cash surety. Any
Thank
questions,
you.
Mr. Lawrence? You're welcome. All right, good luck.
Kensington Gene Robinson.
Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Robinson. Sir, you are here for case 220599193, People's State of Michigan versus Kenneth Eugene Robinson. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson, on behalf of Kenneth Robinson, he stands mute, waives the reading of the information. As to the plea of not guilty, enter on his behalf. Mr. Robinson has been advised of his rights.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty, Mr. Robinson. Schedule 2 court dates, sir. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones. You have a right to a preliminary examination, December the 9th, in person, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones. December the 2nd, December the 9th, 36th District Court. Understood? Mr. Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty. Please enter on your behalf. Anything else to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, we're going to request personal bond. We have no objection to a preclusion against the possession of firearms. Mr. Robinson is 43 years old. The prior convictions, which I know the court sees this, which give rise to third offense notice, are at this point from 2001 and 1998, both of them being non-assaultive. Mr. Robinson, to my knowledge, hasn't missed any court dates on anything. He is seeking employment at this time, Your Honor. He does have family members in this community, including a spouse and 2 children. Your Honor, we are requesting release on personal bond.
Thank you for your advocacy, Mr. Robinson. These are very serious allegations, sir, and the court does take into consideration your prior criminal convictions. As counsel stated, they are excess of 2 decades old, and the nature of those convictions are unarmed robbery is concerning an assaultive conviction. These allegations, sir, are very serious allegations, non-assaultive. Court notes that the nature of the convictions as well as the date of the allegations is over a year ago. You have no capious history that the court's aware of. Courts considered you have ties to the local community, pandemic-facing nation, as well as employment status as relates to the ability to post bond and the information alleged in the investigator's report. For those reasons, Mr. Robinson, you're going to be released on a $25,000 personal bond. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. No weapons, no alcohol, and no illegal narcotics. Is that all clear?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Robinson, I want you to continue to seek employment like your counsel stated you're currently doing. It's not an order to get a job, but it's ordering you to continue to seek that employment. So at the next hearing, be prepared to provide applications or whatever proof you have that you're continuing to seek employment if the judge were to ask. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel.
That's it, sign.
Good morning. Your name?
Brian Williams.
Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Okay, you're here on a capious, on, handle the capious. Case 16059777801, People State of Michigan versus Calvin Gerard Williams, appearance.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Calvin Williams, who stands mute, waives a reading of the information after the plea of not guilty, and on his behalf, Mr. Williams has been advised of his right to.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty. Mr. Williams, court scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones. You have a right to a preliminary examination December 9th at 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones. December the 2nd, December the 9th, 36th District Court, Judge Jones. Understood, Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir. December 2nd, December 9th, Judge Jones.
Thank you for paying attention. I appreciate that, Mr. Williams. Counsel as to the capias bond.
Thank you for paying attention.
Your Honor, Mr. Williams can't afford to post the capias bond. We don't have any indication from Judge Jones as to modification of that bond at this time, but we would advise the court that Mr. Jones believes that he may have been in surgery at the date of the capias, which is believed to be March 11th of 2022. And he would ask the court to consider release on personal bond, but we haven't had any contact with Judge Jones yet, Your Honor.
Right.
Mr.
So,
Williams,
as you know, I have no authority to amend that bond, counsel. It is a bond that was set for alleged failing to miss a probable cause conference over 2 years ago on about March 11, 2020. That judge issued a warrant for your arrest, Mr. Williams, for failing to appear, place bond in the amount of a $5,000 cash surety. During this bond, there's no use of any illegal narcotics and no weapons. You cannot purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Mr. Williams, I as the magistrate have no authority to change that judge's bond. So the bond is set as stated by the judge with your failure to appear. There will be an unaffordable, that's unaffordable, counsel?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, there will be an unaffordable bond redetermination scheduled Monday, November 28, 2022 at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones via Zoom. Good luck, Mr. Williams. Anything further, counsel?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ready? Yeah. Come on. All right, here, young man. Make sure to head and say your first, middle, and last name, please. First, middle, and last? Your full name. All right. Duane Christopher Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson, and good morning, sir. You are here for case 22045715001, People State of Michigan versus Duane Christopher Johnson. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Duane Johnson. He stands mute. Waives a reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty. Enter on his behalf. Mr. Johnson has been advised of his right to run.
For waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Johnson, the court is scheduling a pretrial date via Zoom you must attend on December the 1st. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Garrett. Understood?
Yes.
Not guilty. Please enter anything as to bond.
Mr. Johnson is 20 years old, Your Honor. He has no contact with the complaining witness at this time, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is.
I apologize to cut you off. Did you say he's not on probation or parole? Did you?
No, I said that he would have no contact with the complaining witness, Your Honor. I'm not, in anticipation of where the court's headed with that. I'm not sure what's going on with the case from October of 2021, Your Honor, that gives rise to the prior conviction. Mr. Johnson is seeking employment, Your Honor. He does have ties to this community. He does live locally, Your Honor, with a friend, and he's asking the court for release on personal bond. He does not have any money to post this bond, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court has a number of concerns, sir. First, this is a very serious assaultive allegation, and the allegations set forth in the investigator's report are concerning regarding the safety of Miss Carter. It indicates, sir, that you assaulted her on a number of times. You allegedly pushed her. You allegedly slapped her. You allegedly on the back of the head several times. And, sir, also concerning is you have a prior conviction for a similar assaultive-related nature, a conviction roughly a year ago in October 21st of 2021. And that's very concerning regarding that individual safety, sir, that you've already been convicted of such assaultive charge, and now here we are, bringing rise to a second offense as an allegation of the court
he's
finding
young,
extremely
too.
serious and concerning regarding the safety of Ms. Carter. The court has considered employment status as presented by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond, any pandemic facing the nation, as well as the nature of the charge. And there's no bond he can afford?
Correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. So the court is setting an intentional unaffordable cash bond given the safety of Ms. Carter, your prior criminal convictions, the assaultive nature of the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, as well as the likelihood of conviction. The finding the court can only properly protect the safety of the public, as specifically safety of the victim, with an unaffordable cash bond and personal bond. The court finds will not do so. Unaffordable bond determination hearing is scheduled November the 28th, 2022, 8:30 a.m. Judge Garrett via Zoom. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons, no contact with Adelia Carter, and that means no contact of any kind, no contact orally in writing through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media, no contact with Adelia Carter. Do not go to the area or premises of 12140 Schaefer, 201, in the city of Detroit, state of Michigan. Do not go to that area or premises. If you're able to make bond, you will be fit with a GPS tether, placed under house arrest. If you're able to make bond, go to your home and remain in your home until told otherwise. I want you to continue to seek employment. If you're able to leave for your house arrest, if it's employment related only. Bond on this matter is set at $10,000, 10%.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can stop out here, man. $1,000 to get out.
All right, good luck, Mr. Johnson.
That's all the males, Your Honor, and females are on standby.
All right, we'll meet you on the female side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, don't worry. The ladies are coming. The ladies are coming. In Detroit, the guys don't have all the fun.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name? I apologize. Your name one more time? Okay, thank you. Last name is Plahin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is case 21061594001. People of State of Michigan versus Lidimia Plowin, identified in the complaint defendant 1, also known as Lidim Lee Plowin and Lidim La with an A, Plahina. Appearance.
Need a minute, please, Your Honor.
Absolutely. You can put your hand down, ma'am. Just give us one moment, and your counsel will be back, and we'll answer whatever questions you have. Okay?
Okay. For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mila Plyan. She stands mute, waives the reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty. And Your Honor, behalf Ms. Plyan has been advised of her rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Ma'am, the court's scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person December the 9th, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jones. December 2nd, December 9th, 36th District Court, Judge Jones. Understood, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty, please enter anything as to the case bond.
How is Judge Bright?
We would just advise the court, Your Honor, that Ms. Plyan is not working at this time, Your Honor. I believe she's seeking employment. She's 39 years old. She is.
I do have an online store, like I stated to all court services. That's my source of income for now.
Thank you. Counsel, anything from the judge as to the capias?
Nothing, Your Honor, and as I was attempting to state, we do not believe that the $5,000 capias bond is affordable by Ms. Quahin, Your Honor, but we have we've not heard from Judge King at this point. We're asking for personal bond. She can't afford that bond, Your Honor.
Okay, and as you know, counsel, I have no authority to change that bond. The bond is set by the judge for your client's failure to appear allegedly on or about May 19, 2022. The bond was placed $5,000 cash surety. Based on your representation, it's an unaffordable bond, so an unaffordable bond redetermination hearing will be scheduled in front of Judge Jones on November the 28th, Monday, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. During this bond, there's no use of any illegal narcotics, and ma'am, do not go to the area or premises of 18700 Meyer Street in Detroit. That's the Home Depot. Do not go to the area or premises. As I've stated, I have no authority to change the bond. It was set by the judge for your failure to appear. $5,000. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Is the hearing going to be in front of Jones or King?
We have Judge Jones.
Jones,
And what
okay.
date is that?
You have two
What
court
day
dates,
is
ma'am. December the 2nd and December the 9th. They're both on a Friday. The first two Fridays in December 2nd and the 9th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank
Good luck,
you.
ma'am. You're welcome.
Okay, so.
47. Step up black line, catch. Face the camera, say your full name.
My name is Tasha Johnson.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson, and good afternoon. You are here for case 18058-03001, People State of Michigan versus Latasha Donnell Johnson, appearance.
Janice Stevenson, on behalf of Latasha Johnson, she stands mute. Waives a reading of the information after the plea of not guilty be entered on her behalf. Ms. Johnson has been advised of her rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. For a waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty, schedule two court dates. You must attend both of them, ma'am. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom, December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court. Judge Archer, you have a right to a preliminary examination, December the 9th, both on a Friday, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court in person, Judge Archer. December the 2nd, December the 9th, Judge Archer at the 36th District Court. Is that understood, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty, please enter anything as to bond.
Your Honor, Ms. Johnson is 35 years old. She, I believe, is her only source of income is SSI. She's not working at this time, Your Honor. She does not have any money in the house as a bond. Does not have contact with the complaining witness at this time, Your Honor. I know the court's aware that the date of the allegation of this case is 2018. We are asking for release on personal bonds, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Ms. Johnson. The court's unaware of any case history of prior criminal convictions, or strike that. The court has noted the prior criminal convictions and nature and date of those convictions,
She's a trooper.
which are concerning, but
She's
the allegation
following
before the
away for her
court is
client.
a count one of a larceny in the building, and the court read the information alleged in the investigator's report, as stated no capious history, and considered your employment status presented by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond, as well as the pandemic facing the nation, and the nature and date of the offense and the allegation before the court this afternoon. For those reasons, Ms. Johnson, you're going to be released on a $10,000 personal bond. During this bond, you cannot purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. No weapons. Do not go to the area or premises of 14900 Tireman in Detroit, specifically apartment 5, Detroit, Michigan. And absolutely no contact with Jesse James Johnson. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third party at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Jesse James Johnson. Is that all understood, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Black line, face the camera, say your full name. Say your full name.
Chanel Mitchell.
Thank you, Ms. Mitchell. Good morning. You're for case 22059411701, People State of Michigan versus Shamel Mitchell, appearance.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Chanel Mitchell, stands mute, waives a reading of the information after the plea of not guilty. Enter on her behalf. Ms. Mitchell has been advised of her rights, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counsel. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Ms. Mitchell, the court scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jefferson. You have a right to a preliminary examination December 9th in person, 8:45 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Jefferson. Both on a Friday, December 2nd, December 9th, 36th District Court, Judge Jefferson. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty, please enter on your behalf. Anything else to bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Mitchell is trying to keep a job that she just got last week, Your Honor. She's indicated that if she is not hurry up and get to work, she's going to lose that job. She does not have any money to post as a bond. She would have no contact with the complaining witness from this May of 2021 allegations, Your Honor. Ms. Mitchell is asking for release on personal bond. She does live locally with 4 children, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Mitchell, the court has taken into consideration you have no capious history or criminal convictions. This is in the nature of this, or the date of the allegation was in May of 2021. Very concerning is the very serious nature of not only the allegations, but the information alleged investigators report, which is very concerning regarding the safety of the alleged victim and the public at whole. Courts considered the nature of the information alleged investigators report, pandemic facing nation, as well as your lack of employment status as relates to the ability to post bond as presented by counsel. For those reasons, Ms. Mitchell, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. The allegations, including but not limited to, very concerning, ma'am, is that you approached the complainant, struck her in the head with a brick a number of times, then walked to your vehicle, and as you attempted, then fled the location and attempted to run the victim over in your vehicle. So they have allegations of assault, allegations that you fled, and allegations you attempted to run somebody over after you hit them in the head with a brick a number of times. And that is very concerning regarding the safety of the public, and specifically the safety of Ms. Van Horn. For those reasons, the court setting an intentional unaffordable cash bond, finding that's the only proper way to protect the safety of the complainant. During this bond, there will be absolutely no contact with Verlinda Van Horn, and that means no contact of any kind, orally in writing, through a third party at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Miss Van Horn. There's to be absolutely no driving, period. If you're able to make bond, you will be fit with a GPS tether, and that will be placed under house arrest. You will be allowed to go to work only. Then you are to remain in your home. Do not go to the premises or area of 2019 East Lawrence Street in Detroit, Michigan. And again, absolutely no weapons, no contact with Verlinda Van Horn. Bond for those reasons set at $10,000, 10%. Anything further?
Well, Your Honor, we would just make a record, like to just make the record, having understood what the court has to say about the allegations, Your Honor. We just have to make the observation that that with those very, very, very serious allegations, the resulting charge was not an AWIM, was not an assault with intent to great bodily harm less than murder. It lands at the felonious assault. The matter is alleged, as the court is aware, is from last May 2021, Your Honor. And we thank the court for giving us the opportunity to make that argument.
Thank you, and I think I've said the same thing on the record. I noted the date as well as the charge, and that always takes into consideration. Do you have anything further, counsel?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Mitchell, any questions, ma'am?
Yes, I work from 7 to 5. My kids go to school from 7 to 3.
What's your question?
Even know you. I don't have a question. Okay, what time do I, okay, my body said 10,000, 10%?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be on the tether. What is the time? With my kids, I got 4 kids, they got school, my son got football practice.
Yeah, it's almost like if you cared about your kids, you wouldn't attack people with a brick.
You're allowed to go to work only. And counsel, are you asking for to pick her children up from school?
And to accompany her children to their after-school activities, Your Honor.
Yes, they got after school.
That will be allowed. Otherwise, you are to remain in your home. Court will grant counsel's request. You're allowed to go to work only and take your children to and from school and school activities only. Otherwise, you're to be in your home. Understood? There's no out and about after you go to those locations. You are to go directly home. Understood?
Yes.
Any other questions?
No.
All right. Good luck, Ms. Mitchell.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you, Ms. Weaver.
Full jammies.
And good morning, afternoon. This case 220605 9201, People State of Michigan versus Destiny Noel Weaver, identified in the complaint as defendant 1. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Destiny Weaver. She stands mute. Waives a reading of the information as to the plea of not guilty. Enter on her behalf. Ms. Weaver has been advised of her rights, Your Honor.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty and schedule 2 court dates. Ms. Weaver, you must attend both of them. You have a probable cause conference via Zoom on December the 2nd, 8:30 a.m. Judge Archer. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Friday, December the 9th, 8:45 a.m. That's in person, 36th District Court. Both on a Friday, December 2nd, December 9th, Judge Archer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter anything as to bond.
Ms. Weaver has no criminal history that I'm aware of. She doesn't have any pending cases, Your Honor. Won't have any contact with complaining witnesses. Ms. Weaver is 22 years old, Your Honor. She does have a child in this community and is expecting a baby at this time, Your Honor. She is employed. Ms. Weaver is requesting nominal bond in this matter, Your Honor.
Thank you. One moment. Ms. Weaver, these are extremely serious assaultive allegations. There's a very high likelihood of conviction given testimony or allegations of testimony, and not only from yourself, but from apparently another defendant that's involved. The court finds you to be a danger to the community. The court notes you have no prior criminal convictions or case history. It's considered your employment status presented by counsel as relates to the post-violent pandemic-facing nation, as well as the very serious allegations before the court, specifically counts 1 and 2 with life offenses. What's very concerning is the allegation of the victim. The complainant indicated that he was robbed by individuals and at some point attempted to flee. And when he fled, he indicated that he ran into a backyard of a home where he was laying, watching for apparently hours. It appeared as he laid, he indicated that the vehicle that you apparently was driving around the area. The victim indicated that he felt you were looking for him and trying to kill him. Upon your information that apparently you provided to the officers after being advised of your constitutional rights, you indicated a number of things. You alleged that you drove the vehicle to an area after asked to do so by co-defendants so they could beat up the complainant. You indicated that you drove that vehicle and then watched the defendants get out and start fighting. You also further alleged that you drove around in the area, turned back, attempting to find the complainant and weren't unable to find him. Further concerning, ma'am, is that you allege that you admitted not only to driving the vehicle, being involved in this incident, but admitted to buying spray paint at the dollar store in an attempt to spray paint the vehicle that you were in and attempting to hide it. There's a high likelihood of conviction. There's also other admissions made by your co-defendants and as well as by yourself that are lean towards a likelihood of conviction. And the court does find you to be a danger to the community and is setting an unaffordable cash bond, finding that's the only way to properly protect the safety of the public. Now, the unaffordable bond redetermination hearing will be scheduled November 28th, Monday, 2022, 8:30 via Zoom, Judge Archer. During this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. Absolutely no driving, period. No contact with Roger Dewan Shields. And that's no contact of any kind. No contact orally in writing through a third party at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Roger Dewan Shields. If you're able to make bond, you will be fit a GPS tether and placed under house arrest. You're not to leave your home unless told otherwise by a judge. Bond for those reasons, finding you to be a danger to the community, and the likelihood of conviction information placed on the record will be set at $200,000 cash surety.
Okay, that'd be a no.
Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Ms. Weaver.
Wait, so I have a question. So
Yeah, go ahead. What's your question, Ms. Weaver? What's your question? Your bond was $200,000 cash surety. You have the conditions of no weapons, no contact with Roderick Dewan Shields, no driving, and if you're able to make bond, you'll be through with the GPS tether under house arrest. You have 3 court dates upcoming. You have a bond redetermination hearing on Monday, November the 28th at 8:30 via Zoom, Judge Archer, and you have 2 court dates scheduled, both on a Friday. Probable cause conference via Zoom, December 2nd, 8:30, Judge Archer. December 9th is your right to your preliminary examination in person, 36th District Court, Judge Archer at 8:45.
So I will be
What other
going
questions
to
do you
the county.
Ma'am?
So I will be going to the county.
I don't know where you're going to be housed. That's going to be with the detention facility.
The wheels of justice are going to roll you right into the Wayne County Jail.
For the council?
I know where she's going.
That would be our understanding, but you can come first. You know what? The officers there are going to let you know what happens unless you post your bond, okay? And you do have another court date coming up this Monday.
Okay, so I gotta stay here till Monday.
The officers there are going to tell you what's going to happen to you and if you don't post your bond.
Okay.
Good luck, Ms.
Thank
Weaver.
Your Honor, could the court tell me the date of the redetermination hearing?
Monday, November 28th at 8:30. Good morning, ma'am. Your name, please.
Good morning, Brittany Jackson.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Here for case 22045714101, People State of Michigan, for Brittany Jackson, identified in the complaint as defendant 1. Appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Brittany Jackson. She stands mute, waives the reading of the information, asks for the plea of not guilty, enter on her behalf. Ms. Jackson has been advised of her rights, Your Honor.
Court will waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty and schedule a pre-trial date. You must attend via Zoom December the 1st. That's at 8:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, Judge Garrett. That's on a Thursday via Zoom. Understood, Ms. Jackson?
You said Thursday?
December the 1st. December 1st. That falls on a Thursday, yes. Judge Garrett, 36th District Court via Zoom. Is that understood?
Yes.
Not guilty, please entered. Anything as to bond.
Your Honor, Ms. Jackson has no contact at this time with the complaining witness. She would have no contact with that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that, Your Honor. She would have no contact with the complaining witness, Your Honor. She does live locally with a sibling outside of the city of Detroit, but still in Wayne County, still local, Your Honor. Ms. Jackson is employed at this time, Your Honor. She doesn't know how much money she's going to be making because she just started working with Ford Motor Company. She is scheduled to report to work again this coming Saturday. Ms. Jackson is 31 years old, Your Honor. She does live with, she has a child in this community. So she would have no contact with the complaining witness. Ms. Jackson is asking for release on personal bond, Your Honor.
Thank you. And counsel, this allegation took place less than 48 hours ago. So she may have not had contact since she's got detained, but it appears she's had contact within the last 48 hours, and that's why we're here. And
the representation, Your Honor, I'm sorry, that was just to let the court know that she would abide by what we expect would be a no contact order from this court. I misspoke. I apologize for that, Your Honor.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for that clarification. Ms. Jackson, the court's unaware of any case history or prior criminal convictions, has reviewed the nature of the charge, information, alleged investigative report, and taken into consideration the pandemic facing the nation as well as your employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. For those reasons, Ms. Jackson, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon.
I never looked. She might be.
Absolutely no contact with the area or premises. Do not go to the area or premises of 15444 Hayden Street in Detroit. Understood?
Yeah.
And absolutely no contact with Tawana Cheney. And that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third party at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Ms. Cheney. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Bond for those reasons set at $10,000 personal bond. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck, Ms. Jackson.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Officers, do we have any males or females in 48 hours that can't wait till tomorrow you're aware of?
No, we don't have any. You guys have a good holiday. Patrick Cabrera, judges, thank you guys for all your help and assistance today.
Happy
thank you as always,
Mr. Green.
Officer Green. You're one of the people I'm thankful for, sir. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Appreciate that.
Ms. Stevenson, you too. Have a good Thanksgiving, ma'am.
Okay, can I just ask something really quickly? Is the Chanel Mitchell redetermination November 28th?
They're all on a Monday. All the unaffordables are on Monday the 28th, yes.
Gotcha. Okay, you guys have a nice Thanksgiving and be safe, okay?
You too. Thank you for everything. Be safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Be thankful that you're not in the Detroit Detention Center, because it doesn't look like a lot of fun. Oh, good Lord. Sorry, I intentionally did that. It's my fault. We had none of that was funny. Okay, some of it was funny. The pajamas were funny. There's a lot of serious stuff in this one. But, I had the clips I had, and I took that because it was specifically from Thanksgiving. And I wanted the stream to be long enough for me to have cocktails with you. That's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter, and it worked. Thank you all for coming out. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Well, we've already had it, so, whatever. I already had a great Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you. So I had a good time with that, and I will see you all soon.